Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room. Bang! Overflow randomly. Yeah. Let's see what we got here. Doing more Handel, ever more Handel. Oh, this is lovely. This is a spare. Actually, these are all now in big boxes, big Beecham boxes. But back in the day, you got a couple because you needed one to keep wrapped in plastic and one to listen to. This is Handel's Solomon, edited and revised by Beecham, with John Cameron, Elsie Morrison, of course, married Raphael Kubelik, Alexander Young, Lois Marshall, the Beecham Choral Society, also the suite from Love and Bath, which is a 47-minute long. It's a ballet suite arranged by Beecham for Handel, rare Handel pieces. I mean, this is all just classic stuff. It's lovely. It's wonderful. So, Solomon is chopped down to, the equivalent of a sound bite, but what the heck? It's so much fun. So that's, Beecham's Handel was always, he was one with the composer. He played the music with the same Epicurean relish with which Handel composed it. And even if it's hopelessly anachronistic in terms of performance practice, the spirit is definitely there. Speaking of which, the water music, the three suites complete with Alexander Gibson and the Scottish Chamber Orchestra. This is my reference recording for Handel's water music. There is something so vibrant and glowing and just, I don't know how to describe it. Water music, these pieces, they're dance movements. They're very simple. They really are. They're very easy to play. Nobody, except the horn parts, which are somewhat virtuosic. But basically, it's really simple stuff. And so it's almost impossible to describe why one performance is great and another performance is lousy, because everybody does it well. No one has any difficulty with it. The key is giving it that extra lift and vibrancy, and these performances do it. There's something about them that is just that mysterious, amazing quality. Gibson never made a better record. I just adore this recording. This is one of multiple spare copies. I was just looking at it upstairs, as well as down here. Then we've got Serse with Les Arts Florissants, William Christie. Oh my goodness, nearly 3 hours of craziness. Serse is a comedy, and people don't quite get that. It wasn't, this was one of Handel's very last operas, one of his two last. After that, he gave up opera entirely. And some people think he'd sort of written himself out. I don't think so. I think he was doing something really kind of new all the way up till the end. This has the famous Largo, which of course is the most famous aria ever written to apostrophe a tree. It's Serse singing about how much he loves his plane tree. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It's funny and it's full of liveliness and craziness, and everyone's dressed as everybody else. They're all disguised and lying and deceiving each other. You can't even bother with the plot, and it's fabulous. And this is a really good performance. You've got Anne-Sophie von Otter, Elizabeth Norberg Schultz, Sandrine Piau, Lawrence Zazo, Sylvia Tros Santa Fe, Giovanni Furlanetto, and Antonio Abete, along with Christie and all those people. So come on, it's gotta be enjoyable, and it is. It really is. I'll be doing this that way. I think it goes like this. There we go. So I can put them away easily. Then we've got another Rinaldo. We just had the Cecilia Bartoli. Now this is with René Jacob and the Freiburg Baroque Orchestra, with Vivica Jeannot, Mia Person, Inga Kalna, Lawrence Zazo, again, James Rutherford, Christophe Dumont, and Dominique Wyss. And wow, this is such a terrific opera. As I mentioned in the prior video, this was his first opera for London, and he knew it had to be a showstopper. It uses an enormous orchestra. Now let's just have some fun here and see if usually they give you a listing of everybody who's involved. And they had wonderful costumes and fabulous stage things going on. And here we go. Just so that you get a sense of the ensemble. Now, of course, you've got violins and the usual strings. And you've got 2 flutes plus a piccolo, a whole pile of oboes, plus some extra flutes, bassoons, 4 trumpets, timpani and percussion, lute, harpsichord and organ. It's very colorful. Very, very colorful. And it's got all kinds of arias that everybody knows and loves. And gee, it's just wonderful. Wonderful stuff. So yeah, go for it. It's a very fine cast. A really, really first-class performance on Harmonia Mundi. And last but not least for this clump of Handel goodies, we've got the Concerti Grossi Opus 6 with Arte dei Suonatori, who I think I praised quite recently for their excellent discs of C.P.E. Bach, and under Martin Gester. This is before then, and I hated this when it came out, I have to say. I listened to it just before doing this video, just to see if it was still as wretched as I thought it was. The criticisms that I make in my ClassicsToday.com review, with, by the way, sound samples so you can hear what I'm bitching about, I think are still valid. I'm not quite sure it's as awful as I thought it was initially, but there are so many great performances of these pieces. And these are sort of typically fast, hasty period instrument versions, where all the phrases are clipped off, and the string tone isn't terrible, but it doesn't allow the music to breathe. And Handel has to breathe. I don't mean it has to be slow, but it has to breathe. There has to be, a time for the melodies to expand, and the interplay has to be joyful between the concertino and the concerto grosso, between the different sized ensembles. All of this is just hasty period instrument utilitarianism, in my view. This is on Bis, and that has not changed. I'm sorry, I just didn't like it, and I still don't. But I hung on to it because, well, it is a beautifully recorded, and I like Bis, and it's a beautifully recorded set, and I just wanted to revisit it periodically and just see if my taste is evolving. No, I'm still a Neanderthal. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.